Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Carly. I am a homeschooling mom to 3 boys, ages 11, 9, and 6. So today I just wanted to show you all of the things that we picked out and we're currently working on for our summertime homeschooling. We don't consider ourselves full year homeschoolers. We definitely take a break in the summer, have a slower pace. We usually will wrap up like our math course books and our language arts course books in like late April, and then we do different workbooks throughout the summer or different activities throughout the summer. Now usually I pick these things out based on the skills that I've noticed my kids maybe need to work on a little bit more before we start the next school year in the fall. So we will typically do these things when we're home in the summertime if we don't have anything big planned for the day. But the difference is in the winter time during our school year, we will take school with us. Where in the summer, if we go on a vacation or we go camping, besides reading and things like that, like our read alouds, we tend to leave our schoolwork at home in the summer. So this is just stuff we're working on from day to day as we're home to just kind of keep our rhythm, which is really nice, and keep the boys in the habit of getting up and doing something for school every single day. I try and make it fun for them, something completely different than they would normally do during the school year, so that it's fresh and new and it doesn't feel monotonous and exactly what they just finished up or wrapped up during the winter months. So again, like I said, I have 3 boys, so I'm going to start with my youngest and kind of move through what each of them are doing. And then we do have some family style subjects that we continue to do. We call it gather round, but it's basically morning basket. And I'm sure most of you have heard of a morning basket before. We used to call it morning basket, and we switched it to gather round because we don't always do it in the morning. And my kids were like, why is it morning basket if we're doing it at 3 in the afternoon? So to make it easier for them, we just changed it to gather round. So the first thing I'll show you is my son Jack's stuff that he's working on this summer. He is 6 years old and he just finished his kindergarten year. So with Jack, his preschool year, or when he would have done preschool, he was actually in the hospital for a length of time. And so our school year that year was a little bit crazy. My older boys were actually homeschooled for a time by my mother-in-law, and Jack was not able to do any school while he was in the hospital. So for him, we ended up doing the second half of preschool at the beginning of this year, finishing up those books. So he was not able to start his language arts books. We used The Good and the Beautiful until about halfway through his kindergarten year. So for him this summer, his goal is to just wrap up his language arts book, his kindergarten one, so that we can start the first grade one in the fall. So right now he's currently on lesson 77. So we just do one of these lessons a day, and I think he'll probably be able to finish it before we start back up in September with our full curriculum. He was able to finish his math though. So he finished the full math book for The Good and the Beautiful, but math comes very naturally to him, and reading and language arts is something he has to work a little harder at. So he does one of those lessons every day, and then for his math, I just picked up, and you may have seen these if you've watched any of my other videos, these I just got from Amazon, and these are the Kumon books. So I got the simple edition one and then the telling time one, so he'll kind of switch back and forth. I let him choose which one he wants to do from day to day, and they're just very basic, which I really like. They aren't very time consuming, so I just have him do 1 page from one of the books each day, just so he keeps up on his math a little bit. And then one of the things that we are trying new this year is with The Good and the Beautiful, which we use, all 3 of my boys use that. There is spelling, but I felt like they needed a little extra help with their spelling. And so I've actually never tried these before, but I'm already really enjoying them, are these spelling connection books. And so I got Jack the level 1 book, and it actually is perfect for him. So what he does is there's, multiple units. So every day he does one page. And then they get to work on different spelling words throughout the summer. And let's see, how many units are there? 10 units in his book. Or no, 35 units. Excuse me. So we're just going to work through this. And then it's very simple and I'm really enjoying it. So I think if we don't get through it this summer, we'll continue it like into the fall just to really work on those spelling words and getting better at those. And then he's still working on his handwriting for The Good and the Beautiful. He has like 5 pages left in it. He's super excited about it. So when he finishes that, I'm gonna have him pick what he wants to do next. He's doing pretty good with handwriting, but he definitely could work on forming his letters even better. So I did buy this last year and we didn't use it. It's the Kickstart to Kindergarten Handwriting Without Tears. And so it's still brand new. And so what I might do is have him just still work on like forming those letters, because I think that would be really good for him. But I also got this, which I'm not sure if he's gonna be ready for this, but my other boys are doing these, so I got him one as well. And it's just the Draw Right Now book, and I got him the farm one because it's the first book in the series. And so what you do if you've never seen these before is you do the copy work to work on your printing, and then they give you like a step-by-step guide to draw whatever picture there is for that day, and it correlates with the words that you're writing. So I got him that, and then a composition notebook from School Nest to actually like do the work in, because there's nowhere in those notebooks to do the work. So we will see what he decides. He's got a couple more days of his other handwriting, and then he'll get to choose which handwriting he wants to work on over the summertime. So that's like all of the like independent curriculum that I have picked out for him right now. He is still reading through my first nature reader from The Good and the Beautiful, and he's loving this and doing really good with reading that. So we're just going to keep moving along with that for him. But I did want to show you, we had we got The Good and the Beautiful, like the free summer reading program kits. And so each of the kids has one of these maps. And so they're supposed to write down the books that they read, and there's little like stickers that you can put along the path, and then there's bookmarks that go with it. And he got this one in the mail. So in looking through it, I would say that he's not quite ready to like independently read all of these words yet. He's getting there. So I'll probably read that with him this summer. So along with that, I did let him pick out some read alouds that he wanted to do, just him and I, because one of the things I love about summer is that I can sit and snuggle and like read one-on-one with my kids more, because we are just at a slower pace. We don't have as much to get done during the day. So he picked out 4 Geronimo Stilton books that we'll be reading through this summer. I just thrifted these just recently, and he's excited about those. So that's kind of everything he's working on and some of the stuff that we're reading together. So my next kiddo, Henry, he's 9. He just wrapped up 3rd grade. So he'll be in 4th grade in the fall. So his stuff is kind of similar to Jack's. I tried to get stuff on different levels, but that was similar for them. So they felt like they were all, their workload was, about the same as far as what I expected of them. So the first thing I got him, he had finished the handwriting from The Good and the Beautiful. So I got him the Draw Right Now. He actually picked this one out. So I just showed them all like online, and I'm like, hey, which one do you want? And they picked them out based on the theme that they wanted. So he got the one that's animals and habitats on land, ponds and rivers and oceans. So you can see his is a little trickier, but it's still just working on forming those letters and drawing the pictures. And he also has a School Nest notebook that he's been doing all the handwriting in. So that's been fun. They really enjoy those. So he's got that. And then I did get him a Spelling Connections book as well. I get him level 2. I think it's perfect for him, even though he's going into 4th grade. I just feel like my kids really need to work on those like basic spelling rules in order to build up on that. That's something that we've always struggled with, is handwriting and spelling. So we're trying to focus on those this summer. So his is very similar to Jack's. It's just trickier words. So there's that. And then of course, writing is something that I always want them to continue throughout the summertime. My older 2 boys have gotten way better at like writing and being creative with their writing. And so I wanted to build upon that. So I got him this creative writing notebook, which is grades 3 through 8. And it's been perfect for him. It's from The Good and the Beautiful. And every day they're just doing they do 1 page a day, just a different writing activity. So this one is just working on being more descriptive in your writing, and he's been enjoying that as well. And then I continue to have them do their Bible study every day. So right now he's just doing this devotional book, Jesus Listens, 365 Prayers for Kids. So this is the same one that he used throughout the school year, and he just reads 1 a day because it has the date. So he just reads whatever they have for that day. So it's just a little bit of reading for him in his devotional. And then he's also doing this book. It's called My Year of Discovery. Be Creative Every Day. 365 STEM inspired activities. So they just do a little bit, usually like 1 page a day, just different creative things. Like imagine you have a robot best friend, draw them here, and what is their name? And they can like be creative and practice their writing and their drawing skills, and both of my older boys love that. And then I just wanted to share with you the couple series that he's reading through, because they are still expected to do at least 20 minutes of reading every day. So he also has the map from The Good and the Beautiful. So the first series that he's working on is from The Good and the Beautiful. It's the Badger Hills Farms series, which it has 4. I think they just released this one. And he's loving this. It goes along with the Timothy on the 10th Floor, if you're familiar with that. So this is just like, this follows those friends farther than that. So it's been pretty fun for him to start reading those. He's on the first one right now. And then he was able to get, with the free summer reading program, he got, I think it was the duck one. So this is a brand new series too. They're called Little Glass Lake. And he got this duck book, and it comes with like a little animal guide, but I don't know where the duck one is. It must be up in his room. So he got the duck one, but then he also wanted the rest of the series to go along with it. So he's already finished the duck one, and he's currently on the turtle one. And then there's hummingbirds and rabbits, and then they each have an animal guide with them. So he's enjoying those a lot. So he's kind of working his way through all of these books. And then of course we're still going to the library, and they can pick out whatever they want there as well. And then along with that, I got both of my older boys these journals for the love of books, a reading journal for kids. And so what these are is they check off every day that they read, so they can have like a goal for each month. And then every time they finish a book, they can list it with the author. And then let me see if he's done a review yet. I think he has. Oh, he hasn't finished it. But you do write which book you've read, and then you write a review on it. I think my older son's done quite a few of the book reviews already. So they're still kind of practicing those book reviews and, you know, their thoughts and opinions on them, it's going to be fun to like look back over them later on. So that's everything for my 9-year-old for his independent work. And this may seem like a lot, but all of this independent work takes them like 30 minutes. Sometimes 40 minutes tops, so it's not really too time consuming. Depends on how much they're like writing and being creative with what they're doing, so it's flexible for each kid. Okay, so my last kiddo is 11, and he also is doing the draw right now. So he picked out the polar regions, the Arctic and the Antarctic. And then he has the college ruled composition notebook to go along with that. So the same idea as my other two, just different themes in it. So he's enjoying that. And then he has also spelling connections. I went with level 4 for him. I went on their website and I looked kind of what I could see from their spelling list to decide which level to get for each of them. And so for example, this is level 4 words. I don't know if you can see those, but that's kind of how I decided based on how their writing has been going and what they are always asking me to spell. I picked the levels based on that. And he does just 1 page every day. And then I also got him this creative writing notebook, just like I got for Henry, and he's enjoying this. And then he has a devotional that he's still working through every day, a daily word for boys. And same thing, it has the date, so they just know what to read every day. And then he's been working on My Year of Discovery as well, and he absolutely loves this. He's a very creative kid, and he will sit and do 3-4 pages of this a day. So that's been fun to see him have the time and to be able to sit and do those types of things, because he's not worried about all of the bigger core curriculum books that he has to do in the winter months. And then he also has the reading journal, just like Henry, and he's worked on this a lot more. He's read a ton of books already this summer, so this is kind of what it looks like when they do a book review, and these have been so great. They've been enjoying these a lot. And then he had asked me, we went to the Great Homeschool Convention, and he was like, hey Mom, I really want to learn Latin. And he wanted to get a book when we were there, and I was like, well, I kind of want to research and figure out what to start you with if you really want to learn Latin. And I told him, let's wait till the summer when we have a little bit more time. And so I did some research, and I ended up getting this from the Christian bookstore. It's called Homeschool Latin book, and I think this will be really great. We haven't started it yet. We just got it. I got it, and then I realized, I'm like, where are the songs? Where are the PDFs in my emails? So that we can listen to them. And then I was like, oh, there's a CD in the back, and I don't have a CD player, so I had to order a CD player in order to do this curriculum. We just don't use them very much anymore. But they have very simple chapters, and the basis of the program is that they're taught all the basic words in Latin through song, which my oldest, he loved musical multiplication, to do his multiplication facts, and everything he does is easier in a song. Now this was recommended on their website for kindergarten through 3rd grade, but when I read the reviews, all of these homeschooling moms were like, hey, I use this for my middle schoolers, I learned from this. It was super helpful for many different grade levels. So he's gonna start this week, and then my middle son Henry, who's 9, said that he's interested in it as well. So I will get back to you on how we actually like this, but we're excited about this. I did order one more language thing, which is a sign language thing, which I'll share in a later video because I haven't gotten it yet. But long story short, my youngest son is hard of hearing. He's almost deaf in one ear, and I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting him services through the school system. I'm sure some of you can relate. And so I went ahead and ordered an ASL program that we can do as a family, just so he has some basic skills for when he can't wear his hearing aid. We've had some struggles in louder gyms or in at pool parties and stuff like that when he can't wear his hearing aid. So we are going to be working on that as a family, and I'm happy to share that program with you and my thoughts on it once we do it. Okay, so for my oldest, I'll show you quickly. This is the book that he got with the the reading program, the summer reading program through The Good and the Beautiful. So he also has a map to go with that. And then he got this series from Christian Bookstore, and there's 8 books. And I had never heard of it before, but it was recommended on in like a catalog we got from the Christian Bookstore, and he's loving this series. I think he's on the 4th one already. So he's working on that series this summer, and then he just finished this series, but I wanted to show you because he loved these, and he's been loving James Patterson books. I think my sister-in-law got these at Ollie's. They're called The Treasure Hunters by James Patterson. I would recommend these. He read through those in, I think, 6 days. He was just really into them, which was exciting. So that's all of their independent work. But I'll just go ahead and quick show you what I got as far as things that we're still doing for our gather round time or our family style time. Oh, I did want to show you these too. So if my older boys finish their Draw Right Now books, I did get them each one these ones are cursive ones. And so this one's Draw and Write Through History, Greece and Rome, and then Draw and Write Through History, and this one is Pilgrims, Pirates, and Patriots. So it's the same idea, but it is a lot more writing and a lot more detailed drawing. So I got them, and then I wasn't sure if they would really want to sit for that long this summer, so I kind of set them aside, and we'll probably use them for later. So for science, we just wrapped up our marine biology unit. We've been kind of working through that for a while now. So over the summer, we're going to try and do one science unit from The Good and the Beautiful. So we chose the birds unit study, which is for 3 through 8. But my youngest, Jack, who's 6, he will be doing it with us as well. He's always done them with us and been just fine. And they did just come out with these little workbooks for the younger ones. So I got him a workbook. And then my older 2 will have the student journals that are grades 3 through 6 for those. And then it came with, well, I had to order them separately, but they were recommended. The Songbird Study, and then Mission Migration. These are just add-on books that you can have with them. And then I also got them, my 2 older boys, because my youngest, he won't want to do this much writing, but a bird watching notebook, and so we'll be working on these as well. With science and history, what we do in the in our regular school year, and then when we're working through it in the summer, is we just do every other day. One day science, one day history, and we just bounce back and forth, and it works pretty good. And then we started this last school year, and we are still working through this, and I asked my kids if they wanted to set it down for the summer and pick it back up next year, and they were like, no Mom, we don't think this is school. It's so fun, and it really, really is. It's a literature-based program. So we're working through the 50 states, and there's videos that you can watch that are virtual field trips. And so we just do one lesson a day. They don't take a lot of time. And so on days we have nothing else going on, we'll pick this up and do a lesson, and we're just slowly working through it. So that's our science and history that we do all together. And then I did get, and we haven't started it yet, but I also just wanted to try this out, this Honest History magazine. So this is our first issue that just came, and so we'll probably just do this as a read aloud together and kind of see what my boys think of that. And then I also got this set, which I want to try and read through this summer, which is Seabird, Men of the Mississippi, Tree in the Trail, and then Paddle to the Sea. So we'll try and read those out loud together and see what we think of those. And then to wrap it up is our read alouds. Now I don't have one here. We are currently working on the Campground Kids, the first one in that. So I think it's in my living room right now. So we're finishing that up right now, but I wanted to show you the other read alouds that we picked out, and we're going to try to get through them this summer. I don't know that this is the order we'll do them in, but either way. we picked up Because of Winn-Dixie, The Secret Garden, Return of the Secret Garden, or Return to the Secret Garden, The Lemonade Wars, or The Lemonade War, The Swiss Family Robinson, The Wild Robot, and The Wild Robot Escape. So this one for sure, like my boys are, I think we'll probably read this one next. They're super excited about it, and I've been told there's a movie coming out in the fall for that, so that'll be fun to do. And then if you can see in the background here, there's a, here, let me see if I can show you better. There's a poster right there, and that is for The Wild Robot. I got it at the Great Homeschool Convention, but if you've never heard of the company called Ruby Reads, they do these amazing read aloud posters, and you can like fill them in as you go, and it makes the book even more interactive. I think I'm gonna grab one for The Secret Garden as well, because my kids are super excited about this poster, and they want to read The Wild Robot so that we can do this poster together, which will be a ton of fun. So those are our read alouds. We'll see how many we get through, but we just vote, like once we finish one, we all vote as a family on which one we're going to do next, including my husband, because a lot of the times we're reading them like before bed at night, and he enjoys listening to them as well. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is we are currently working on 1,000 Hours Outside Challenge. We've been doing pretty good. We have like over 500 hours right now. So we did get this book, 1,000 Hours Outside. It's activities to match screen time with green time. And it's been a lot of fun. There's like tons of really cute activities, like this eggshell cress, and just using things in nature, feeding birds. Oh, this is one thing that I loved. It was so pretty and such an easy, simple thing to do. And they look beautiful on your window. So if you're doing that challenge, I would recommend this book because it's been a lot of fun and just more of an excuse to get outside. So that is everything. It seems like a lot, but it really has not taken us a lot of time. We've had tons of time to go to the beach in the morning. That's one of the things that we really love to do, is walk to the beach each morning. And we've had tons of outside time, and we've got some field trips and family vacations planned for this summer. So it definitely doesn't take up too much of our summer. We're feeling relaxed. And my kids are still going to be doing some other activities. My older two boys are doing a Learn to Snorkel class. They're doing a Learn to be an Archaeologist class for our local Noah Marine Sanctuary. And then they're doing the, of course, Vacation Bible School. And we are doing a 2-week trip to Colorado. My oldest son is actually going to a wilderness camp there, and then me and my 2 younger boys are going to be exploring Colorado. So if there's places that you would recommend that we go visit, please comment down below, because we've never been to Colorado and I'm so excited. We'll be going to like the Estes Park area. So let me know all the fun outdoor things to do with kiddos there. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!